Yes.
Also, I got a request to serve and sell alcohol during the Big Mama Bad Crappie Fishing Tournament. Don't have the dates, but they'll have that at the convention center. Just need approval for. Also have a couple of requests for the car show on the road. And last year, the sports thing was a $2,500 donation, asking the same thing this year. And of course, the bass tournament that comes in for Memorial Day. We have that on the agenda. Also, there's a request for a proclamation slash resolution for Miss Betty Farmer. It happened during the Lizzie Coleman Day program, so we need approval for that as well. Anything else?
Yes, I'd like to add request to actually waive fees for, I think it's the children, the website, the Child Protective Service to use the convention center.
All right, got it. Whatever the date is, shop take service, we add that as well. Anything else? Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, show by sign.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we'll go ahead and get, we've gotten the agenda. Now we'll move right into the hearing, for the complaint challenging the qualification statement. Ms. Britton, you want to help us with that?
Yes.
Position for the position of the lynch position.
Yeah, Mr. President. Two requests were made by election commissioners, Ms. Thompson, and the other one by Ms. Let me get the name, the current election commissioner. And the complaints against Darrell Terrell Blue and Mr. Outramary, and essentially those challenges as to their qualification and whether or not their name should be placed on the ballot. And the challenges, as I understand them, alleges that there are deficiencies in their qualifying papers that render them invalid for the name to be placed on the ballot. And I know board supervisor looking at me, how did we get here? Well, members, let me explain to you this process. This is the only time that boards of supervisors become the election commissioners, unless the election commissioners fail to take action, okay? The law says that the board of supervisors act in the place and stead of the election commissioners, not only to determine the qualifications, but to ensure that those elections are conducted in accordance with law. In other words, at the end of the day, you get to count the votes as well. There's a process in place under section 23-15-213, which says the initial step requires the board president to do a number of things. Number one, to verify that each candidate is a resident of the supervisory district for which he or she seeks election, okay? Two, R is otherwise qualified as provided by law, and it says the board president shall then certify that the candidate is qualified to the chair or secretary of the county election commission. And in this case, it would actually be the chancellor clerk that person is in fact qualified. I don't, I know that we receive information from the clerk's office, okay? I don't believe that the board president took any action. Next, if any candidate feel aggrieved by the recommendation of the board president, the statute says that person can file a complaint, which is, we're at that step now with the board of supervisors. The board of supervisors will then hear that complaint and determine whether or not there's just cause to either qualify or not qualify someone for the position of election commission. So that's where we are now, to receive information from the contestants. That would be, Ms. Thompson and Ms. Whoever election commission. Ms. Curtis? That's the name, okay. How you doing, Ms. Curtis? Yeah, thank you. Okay. But nevertheless, so that's where we essentially are, and and you hear them individually, and the board then can go into, can deliberate on them. You can go into executive session to deliberate on it, or you can do it publicly to deliberate and determine whether or not those persons should or should not be placed on the ballot. Okay? So, Mr. President, you are required to preside over these proceedings as board president, and you're not serving, by the way, in this capacity as the board of supervisors. Now, in other words, you have to take off your board of supervisors hat at this juncture and act solely as election commissioners. I know it's hard, okay?
Yep.
But you today will act solely as election commissioners. And the statute says that you have all the power of the, sir?
I thought you were gonna say, as the election commission.
Yes, sir. And all the powers, duties, and responsibilities of election commissioners to determine whether or not the persons are qualified or not. All right? Now, it's my understanding that the qualifying papers for each of these candidates, it is alleged that they do not conform with the requirements of the law, and there are some AGO opinions of case law that tell you how to go about making that determination of whether or not the names ought or ought not be placed on the ballot, okay? This is not, you know, anyone who feel aggrieved by a decision of this board has a right to take it to court, okay? So,
All right. I guess we'll go ahead and get started since, board, we're about to do something we're not accustomed to doing. So first of all, let me apologize. We make a mistake. I doubt if we do, though. We just go ahead and hear the first complaint and have them state their case, and we have material that we need to be reading, Mr. Griffin.
well, I think everyone was provided the material, is that correct,
No,
sir?
no.
What you have here? I assume it
Okay,
was
wait a
just
minute. Hold
provided
up, hold
today.
up, hold up. Goodness gracious, today.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, here it is. This is Jackie Thompson. Your name is right up top, if you would, please. I'm sorry.
Good morning.
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 My challenge, my complaint is that Michael Altramieri did not follow the qualification guidelines of the petition. And according to 2315-359 specifically, he has filed to provide the date of the election on his qualifying statement of intent or any of the accompanying signature pages. And also, there were some signatures that was okay that was not even in the district. And so if you would turn possibly after my paperwork of the challenge, and if you would notice on the first page of the complaint behind what was certified and verified by the circuit clerk, that it was 52 out of 63
How do we know we're on the
signatures.
right page? Let's make sure everybody gets to the
I
right
have a
page.
page.
Get us to the right page.
Look for this page.
Did I get a copy of that?
Yeah.
Oh, it should be right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish they were numbered, but
Yeah.
What page we looking at, Ms. Thompson?
We are looking at the county register that verified.
certification of petition signatures. County register, that's the form, Ms. Thompson?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are we looking at on this first sheet?
This is our circuit clerk who verified, stating that all of this was checked into, verified, saying that this person was a qualified candidate. And if you look at the second page with the
Well,
qualified.
let me do this first. It says 52 of 63 names,
Right.
okay? I'm sorry, go ahead.
And as you look at the second page, according to,
Before you go to the second page, let me ask you a question.
sure,
Do you challenge the 52 of 63 signatures?
yes, there are some signatures that should not have been counted. As an election commissioner, if we put those names in the system, SIM system, as they okayed, you would never find that person in the SIM system.
Do you plan to identify, because
Yes, sir.
this board is required to conduct its own investigation, and you cannot conduct an investigation for
Yes,
the
sir.
board.
I'll give you
Okay,
those
I'm
names.
sorry, this commission. Let
That's
me
fine.
use the correct language.
But right now, can she show us what
Yeah,
she
can
found?
show it, right, she can show you one, but you still got to.
We still gotta connect down.
Yes, sir.
And since we're right here on this page, you're saying 52 out of 63,
Right,
and you have to have how many to qualify?
50.
Okay, so they certified 52 and you challenge that. Show us why you challenge it on the signature list.
You would have to go to the second page.
Okay? This page here.
No, it would be the qualifying, starting with this document.
Qualifying statement of interest.
That's right. First, on this page,
Wait,
it,
You talking about this candidate petition, which got number 5?
well, let me be clear, Ms. Thompson. We want to look at what you're challenging the 52 out of 63. And we'll come back to the statement of interest.
okay,
All
gotcha.
right.
Okay, if you would go to the second page of the candidate petition county election,
Everybody
and
see
it
that?
should have 6 at the bottom.
Should have what at the bottom, I'm sorry?
6 at the bottom.
I see 5.
No, this one.
Flip
At
the
the bottom,
page.
next page.
6, go ahead.
Okay. That fourth signature can't make it out,
The
but if you put it in the system as Dave Clark, it does not come up.
fourth signature you can't make out.
Yeah, that signature. But then if you go to the SIM system and if you go to verify that person does not show up in the system.
But on this sheet, it's checked as verified,
That's correct.
and you challenging that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
On there says
Any,
registered as.
which other one? What's the other one?
Okay, and the next page. The third signature can't verify what the signature is, but then they put, printed name, C.W. Walker the second.
Mhm.
If you put that number in, put that name in, it does not pull up.
Okay.
I noticed also at the bottom of the page, signature 8 and 9, those two signatures, could not make them out, did not know what it was, and nor
Oh, my
could figure out the second address, but the clerk wrote their name herself on top
On top, what do you mean on top?
of the name that they had written. So if you see Deborah A, whatever that is,
Bolden?
then she went back and she put Boddicker
Wow.
as their last name. Also, if you turn, and also at the signature at the bottom.
So we
also-
challenging number, 8,
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Thompson.
8 and 9.
you were saying something about the signature bottom?
Yeah, the second signature would be the second one, whatever that Gary is, and then that last BODD, what she
I'm
wrote
with
on
you.
top of it.
All right, so you,
Okay.
that's 8 and 9.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you say, reference to those got check marks, correct?
Yes, sir. Those, the ones with the check marks are the ones that they verified.
That's fine.
So you turn the next page.
Which is number,
It has 7 at the bottom. Number 5. Signature Mary M. Ferretti. That address is in District 2-1. And they verified it as being, District 1.
okay,
The next page, turn 2 pages. Signature number 3,
It's the one that got 9 at the bottom.
8.
it's got what at the bottom?
8.
8 at the bottom, this one. Election Commissioner for District 3.
1 second. I had to have gone too far, and I did. Sorry about that.
If you look at number 3, the name is written as Judy Long. The printed name, Judy Long, but it's not registered at Judy Long. It's Judith.
Was, okay.
Turn the next page. Turn the page after that one.
Is this the last page?
Yes, ma'am. If you notice in signature number 3, it was crossed out, then put okay. If you put that name in, Kim Elkins, it does not show up, but the clerk, of course, put Kimberly at the top.
Mm.
At the bottom, last number, number 10, is in District 2-1, and it was okay. Verified, saying okay in District 1.
Okay. Now, you also challenged, you had something else other than the 52/63. What else was that?
And the next thing would be, on the petition, it specifically says the opening paragraph of each page of signatures must include these 3 things: the name of the candidate, office sought, and the date of the election. And on several pages, the office sought was not checked, or, and
Right.
the date was not entered of the election.
Be specific and walk us through it.
The first page qualifying statement of the intent that says Michael J. Aldermary. If you look down, the general election to be held,
Did
there's
everybody
no
find the
date.
qualified statement of intent?
First page.
Qualifying statement of intent. All right, I got it.
Okay.
Excuse me.
The first page, you notice that the date held on the election is not written in. The second page,
Oh, wait, hold up a minute.
okay,
Oh, no, go ahead, you can. I'm sorry. Say that again now. Date of the general election?
the date of the general election is not written in.
Okay, dokie. I see, I see it. I see it, I see it, I see it. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm
got
good,
it.
yeah.
Okay, if you turn to the second page of that petition, as you notice, that election held on that date is not filled in, nor the district, the seat that they're pursuing. Page 3, same thing. The date held is not written in. Next page, same thing. Date held is not signed. The next page is okay, he signed everything in that. But then we come to the next page. Date held is not written in. Election held on the next page, same thing. Date held is not filled in. If we turn to the last page, the same repeated thing has happened, that the date of the election not held,
Okay. Anything else?
and that would be it.
That's it. Okay. Any questions from Ms. Thompson?
I do. On these, some of the names, when they try to verify those, or y'all try to verify them, if you can't make out the names, they put the address in and just see what comes up with that? Is that so?
Yes.
Even some of these addresses still wasn't, the name still wasn't coming up with those addresses? is it?
Correct.
That's
Like, for
okay.
instance, I can take C.W.
Look,
Walker the second. It was written C.W. Walker the second, but if you go look at the name of who's in the house that's voting, that name does not show.
It does not come up in the system at all? Okay. But that name was verified?
It was verified.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry, Ms. Brooks, go ahead,
Yeah.
please.
So, how long have you been an election commissioner?
I've been an
No,
election
we're gonna get it
commissioner
now,
since
now.
2017.
Investigation.
All right, so you pretty, know the rules,
We're learning.
learned a lot. Okay, so I guess the concern is just going back on the first part, just for my clarity. So you're saying that like Mrs. Kimberly, what's her name? Yes, she is. Miss Judy Long. Okay, so you're telling me that because Miss Judy Long, her, I guess in the, on the Sims it has Judith. But Miss Judy Long, wrote her name is Judy Long versus Judith. So you're telling me that your, state law is telling you not to count her name because she wrote Judy instead of Judith?
If she came to the voting precinct and she gave us an ID, she would not be able to vote under Judith. It would be Judith that we would be looking for on that ID.
Okay, what if the ID has the same address as Judith? Judy signs in, same address as Judy, but she spells her name Judy.
Could be a twin, we don't know. The only way we would verify is through an ID.
So you're telling me the state encourages you not to count that person's name because they may have a nickname and they may spell it wrong?
If it is not the name that's on the SIM system at the time that we check, that is not the person we're looking for.
So Mr. One other thing says, what about, what if the date of birth?
Okay, Mr. Alton,
the
let's
date of
speak
birth,
now.
Yes.
and so you still exclude their name?
Um,
The date of birth is the same address, it's just instead of saying Judith, it's Jude, she signs her name as Judith.
we may or may not, just depends on, if that person has the address, the birth date or whatever as another person. We're not sure. We have to verify all of that.
Okay, so other question, I just didn't clear for me because they kind of caught my attention because I know at one time they had my name as Marla and they RLA, and I've never spelled my name as Marla, but they never said, Marla, you can't go, blah, blah, blah. So I just like to say that question. My other question is on the letter that you gave us on last week, the Attorney General's opinion. So, of course, that was very, thank you for sharing this with me, because I never knew this. This is, I didn't know it was an opinion like this. So I guess my question for you, this opinion, how long have you been aware of this opinion?
Not sure how long.
I mean, has it been this year, last year?
It's not an issue until it happens. And so once it happens, you do your research, you bring it forward.
That's my question.
Okay.
Anyone else? Ms. Jack, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Mr. Altamari, would like to rebut?
Well, if you talk about misspelling of names, Ms. Gill, my name on the complaint.
Give us your full name, Mr. Alderman, and the correct spelling, if you would, please.
OLTREMARI.
Okay, anything you'd like to share with us?
And I made a mistake by not filling out the papers correctly. I'm just asking for leniency from the board to allow me to work.
You're asking the board, any questions from the board?
I do have a question on your petition. On your petition. So I noticed that on the initial intent form, you don't have the date. Is there any reason why you didn't put the date?
Well, when I turned the things into Bernadine, I didn't have my glasses. And I actually wrote the date of the election where my birthday is supposed to be. And then she accepted it, and she said, yes, that's okay. And so just a little mistake was made.
Okay, now I'm going back to the candidate petition. So I noticed you didn't put the date on any of those. Is there any particular reason why you didn't put the date on those?
I didn't realize that it was necessary as long as it was on the front sheet.
That's all.
Any other questions, Mr. Alderman? Lee?
So you turned your stuff into Bernadine?
Right.
Okay. Is that normally on the how that happens on the election commission? They turn it into Bernadine? Because, you know, all of our papers, we turned into,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the only opposite.
The law says that with respect to election commission, who are in contested elections, those petitions shall be turned in to the chancery clerk,
Mm-hmm.
who then work with the circuit clerk or registrar to validate the names that are.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, Lee. You finished?
Ms. Barber, on some of these that was, so this, when they were certified, these names, they're saying some of them,
Hold up, Mr. Michael. Hold on.
they're saying some of these names did not come up in the system, but they were certified. Can you speak for that? And I mean, because like I said, there's, I guess, several of them, 6 or 7 or whatever. Do you have another copy? Yeah. And Ms. Barr, you're aware of all the complaints on far as the not completing and stuff like that, okay? And I think most of them are marked there, but they said that some of them could not be verified in the system. Okay.
Ms. Estes, question for you. What is the proper procedure when a candidate for election commission comes in to turn in their qualifying papers and they come to your office instead of the chancery clerk's office?
If we accept it, and lately we have not, because we just recently realized that rule that those who chances the last 2 or 3 years, we send them to the chancellor clerk's office, and I think you did that, right?
I did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the proper place for it to go, Mr. Griffin, is,
The petition has to be filed in chancery clerk's office.
all right, but these petitions went where?
To chancery clerk's
Yes.
office.
And they were verified where?
My office, circuit clerk's office.
All right, why would you verify if they would be turned in here? Help me
No, I'm
understand that.
verifying the names of those,
Okay.
qualified, voters.
Why would they go,
Well, no.
What?
She's the
Excuse me,
county
Ms. Brooks.
She's not doing playing the role of circuit clerk at that point. She is also the county
register, got it.
and the county register is responsible for the voters' roll, okay?
Okay.
And the verification of the voters' roll.
Even with that said, Ms. Parker, if these papers were to be turned in to you, and like Mr. Altamir just pointed out, as far as his birthday, he put 11/8/24.
Birthday?
Yes, it's on these qualifying papers.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm only
But
checking the name.
Okay, all right. All right. I'm sorry, Lee.
So I guess like I say, we're disputing the names because they're saying that they didn't come up in the system. So I guess kind of what Carl was at. I'm sorry.
They are there.
Okay. And then I guess from my understanding, after we get all this information, that we do our due diligence to go back and check those ourselves, to verify them ourselves. But I guess the next question I would have, we get past the names, but the qualifying, the dates and stuff on each paper, they said that that must be there. If I read that correctly, that the dates should be there. Several papers did not have the dates on it of the election and
They
things.
always not have that. They just happened this time.
Gotcha.
They're the same thing that's happened.
What is this, how does the statute refer to that incompleteness?
Gotcha.
This is something that comes from the Secretary of State's office, number one. There's a Supreme Court opinion on it. And there are AG opinions on it that says that you must have the date of the election. Now, the date of the election is November 5th,
November what?
2024. November 5th, 2024. That's what the statute says. There's a case that went to the Mississippi Supreme Court that addressed it as well, and said you must have those items in there, okay? In order for that person to be qualified to prove that those qualifications papers.
Gotcha.
That's the,
Yeah, please, I'm sorry, Ms. Brown.
okay, I actually, we need to be clear about that. There's not a state statute. The state statute is actually in this application. The state statute identifies what we have to be certified for. What we're talking about is the opinion. Actually, I went to the AG's office on Friday, and I went to the Secretary of State's office on Friday, because I really wanted to get some clarity, because I had a lot of questions. And so, when it comes to the statute, there is not a statute to that effect, it's only an opinion per those offices.
Okay, so you've done research already
Yes,
on
sir.
this that we're just getting a hearing on this morning.
Well, I went because Mrs. Thompson and Mrs. Curtis passed me that information out. I had a lot of questions because it's something I was not familiar with, and I was in Jackson already, so guess what? I stopped by their office to get clarity. So the concern is they did submit an opinion. It is Attorney General's opinion on it, but the state statute, it shows me this is the statute right here. It's not, and it's in the Constitution. So the concern is, are we going with the statute or are we going with the opinion? But I would like to, bring some things to our attention. Last year, we did the same thing. I just didn't know we did the same thing. We had to qualify some of the other election commissioners, Mrs. Reed and Mrs. Sear. And we qualified both of those ladies.
You say we, who is we?
Washington County Board of Supervisors.
No, we didn't. I don't remember
Well,
that.
Only people qualify them, just as we have to qualify these election commissioners. Last year, I'm saying this, I just didn't know we even did this,
All right.
okay? Somebody had to qualify Mrs. Reed and somebody had to qualify Mrs. Sear, because they ran for office.
All right. They turned their qualification paper in
To who?
to one of these two officers.
Okay.
They don't turn them in here.
What I'm saying.
So don't say we.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so the process is Washington County, but the correct place to turn their qualifying papers in is the Chancellery Clerk. Circuit Clerk verifies the signatures according to our Circuit Clerk. And according to our Chancellery Clerk, the proper procedure is to turn these forms in here.
That's correct.
So let's not get it twisted.
Well, can I get that?
Anything else, please
Yes,
do.
sir. And you are correct, but this board had to approve to put them on the ballot. Like, we will have to approve to put these election commissions on the ballot. I just was not aware of this, that we actually did this last year. And I'm sure it's in the minutes somewhere, I just was not aware, but I'm bringing this to your attention, I'm gonna pass this to everyone. We approved last year an election commissioner to run on the board, and they did not fill out the paper as well. I'm not gonna call the election commissioner person name out, but we approved them, and we put them on the ballot, and they re-elected. So
Got
the concern is, we've already taken action with an election commissioner last year, and we approved, and they didn't put anything on this paper. I'm passing around, and
Nah.
I'll put this in a minute. so we
Ms.
all can have
Bernay.
it.
Go ahead, Lee, I'm sorry.
Oh, and I think Ms. Barber had addressed it just a few minutes ago. I'm sure there's been things missed in the past, there's no doubt. But do you hear me, Ms. Brooks? I said, there's no doubt things have been missed in the past, probably from years ago. I have no doubt at certain times that has happened. But the difference is now is when you challenge it and it's brought to our attention, you know, because you're right, we could probably go back elections, and something's gonna be, that don't, you know, again, that's been missed, but now it's been challenged and brought to our attention. That's the difference as of now, you know, that I see. But yeah, I agree, I'm sure that has been missed, you know.
And actually, now, I'm gonna forget about us, the election commissioners, okay? So last year, we also had another election, where the election commissioners had to approve who goes on the ballot. Well, last year in District Two, Bishop Benson District, he had an opponent to run against him, and guess what? Did not fill the paperwork out. Had the election commission disqualified him off the attorney general's opinion, they're submitting for us to disqualify someone. Bishop Benson wouldn't have had any election in the general election.
An
Pass it
opponent,
around.
an opponent.
He wouldn't have had no opponent.
Okay,
Pass it
so,
around
so
to
what
Bishop
you're,
Benson
what
so
you're
he can
attempting
see.
to do is say, because of past injustices, we should continue to do
No,
wrong.
I'm not saying past injustices. I'm saying, first of all, lack
All
of
right.
knowledge. All of this putting it out there.
Okay.
This board has done some things, the election commission has done some things. All I'm saying is, my concern is, I wouldn't want it to be a situation, oh, we're gonna enforce the law because I have an opponent. But when other people have opponents, it's not a concern. That is my concern. I think we all need to be on the same page
You're done, Ms. Brooks?
for that.
You're done.
I think
Anything?
Ms. Bernadine had
Ms.
something.
Bernadine, Ms. Bernadine,
Didn't you
if
have
you would,
something?
please. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you good? Mr. Altomare, you good? Thank you, sir.
Now, I think he was asking a question, are you good? Do you have
You
anything
okay?
else?
What?
Yeah.
You have
Do
anything
you
else?
have anything else?
Well, talking about in the past,
No.
when I qualified to run 16 years ago for this office, I was one of 2 people who qualified correctly. The Board of Supervisors allowed 5 other people to run. They didn't have certifications from either office, remember blah, blah, blah. 2008, yes. I qualified correctly, all of my paperwork was correct that time. I was one of 2 people who qualified correctly. They turned in their papers to the wrong office, and the Board of Supervisors allowed all 5 of those people to run.
Thank you, Mike. Anything else on this particular petition? We're gonna go through and we'll double check them ourselves, but you're more than welcome to. But we'll do the research and we'll verify. Is that the correct process, Mr. Attorney?
Yes.
All right. All right. Darrell Blue. Why is this here?
Ms. Curtis is,
I see Miss Curtis. Miss Curtis, you're up next. Oh, you got his name on. Go ahead, Miss Curtis. How you doing?
Fine, and you?
Okay.
Good.
Would you share your complaint with us, please?
My complaint is, I have several. On page 1,
let me get your paper out.
this is on Mrs. Blue's paper.
Okay.
What are you calling page 1? Qualifying statement of interest? What are you calling page 1?
Show it to us.
Gotcha.
And that's the qualifying statement of
Yep.
interest, correct?
Yes,
Thank you, ma'am.
everybody have it.
Yes.
My complaint is, it's not completely filled out. The 3 questions at the bottom.
The certifying, that I hereby certify that, the 3
Yes.
more, okay, on that page?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The certification, do you have the certification page on the front? Go back to the front and see if you see the certification.
This very front here?
Yes, what he has. It's the second page from the top. Yeah, that page right there, Carl.
This is it here.
Yes,
This is a notice of hearing that I'm looking at.
okay.
This may be not the right one. Is that what you want me looking
Well,
at?
anyway,
Be Pacific. Gotta help me now.
it has, it's not in here, I don't see it, but
Whoa,
it has
wait a
where
minute.
he has.
Hold on a minute. Can she refer to something that she don't have here? Ms. Curtis? Yeah. It's not in the stack. We can't look at it.
In these
Yeah, but we have nothing to go by. What am I gonna investigate and verify?
His certification paper.
His certification paper, the clerk,
You mean the names?
No, not the name,
the clerk should have those.
where she approved how many names he had.
Oh,
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, well, we had the 50, 50, 52,
Right, gotcha.
63, all that.
Yes.
Here they are.
Is that the correct one?
No, she used the paper with the circle.
This is Mr. Altimere's. I don't have hers.
She didn't put it in her paper.
It's the county register. What it is a certification of signatures
Oh, okay.
petition. This copy here.
Yeah, you can just add that, okay. There's nothing wrong.
Cause it was
with
two.
Add that, she has the names,
How
she
she,
just don't have the,
she just don't have this.
yes,
Mhm.
the board can add that,
Can you provide us with this, Ms. Curtis?
Yes.
Thank you.
that's
Okay.
a copy.
All right, so we're gonna allow her to go ahead and refer to it. Go ahead, Ms. Curtis, if you would.
Okay, it's two of them in your pack. It should be where he has, Ms. Parker, she, certified him as having, 51 over 89, and I think then it's another one in there that says 50 over 89.
Okay, it's not here. Yeah, it's not here. But go ahead. I don't wanna cut us up short, but it's, what she's referring to
I'll
is not
provide
here.
it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
As soon as you possibly can. Is it okay with the board?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, Ms. Curtis.
Okay, if you go to the petition itself, the first one,
Very first page,
yes, no,
the very first petition.
yeah, page 1, and the 5th signature. You don't understand it,
Make sure, and I'm looking at, because you got no out beside some of the, is that your writing where it's
No.
no?
I'm saying, on his paper, we're looking at his
The
paper.
very, the very first one?
Mhm.
Okay. And the fifth signature down?
Yes.
What does that say?
No,
Now, it's in your district.
But this is, Mr. Blue's petition,
All right, this is Mr. Blue's petition?
yes,
But all this is in your voting district, right?
yes.
You familiar with this address, whatever that's saying?
I don't even know what that is.
But your problem is whoever verified it gave it a good check as a valid.
Yes,
Now, who gave this check to? Number 5, the circuit. She's gone. Go ahead.
the next one is the second page from that. You have a Geraldine Stewart,
Which one is that?
number 2.
Oh, my goodness.
where
All right,
she-
go ahead, I'm sorry.
Where she initialed her name instead of printing it, she just put GS,
Okay.
and
What's appropriate, Mr. Attorney? Initial it or sign it? You got two like that. One,
Print.
gets the
Says
print.
your name.
I mean, no initial. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
That's how she printed it,
on that same page, number 7, Ronnie Allen. He signed the petition twice,
Wait a minute, he signed number 7,
yes,
and where else? On the same sheet or another
on
sheet?
the- on
All right,
the
let's stay on this sheet then.
okay.
Now, I see a signature outside of Mr. Ronnie Allen's name. What is that?
Mhm.
What is that?
Roosevelt Scott, that's the next person's signature name. He printed his name.
Okay.
Okay, he wrote it on the wrong line, but you're saying Mr. Ronnie Allen never printed his name, period.
Yes.
Mr. Griffin, how does that work? Turn to it, look at it, what I'm talking about.
I think the board just needs to look at whether or not the his name and what those, that mean, okay, to the process.
Well,
But it
And
still was,
with respect to the next one, Roosevelt Scott apparently was not approved anyway by the
Right.
clerk.
but it's counted twice.
all right, talk us through, show us how Roosevelt Scott is counted twice. What are you
No,
saying?
Ronnie Allen is counted twice.
So you're saying it's counted here on number 7?
Yes, and then if you look at the 7th page,
On the what page?
number 7
The 7th page.
of the petition, the signature
Whoa.
page.
Okay, tell us what's at the bottom.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
On that page we were just looking at, number 9, God Almighty is a signature.
Oh, no, don't bounce back. Stay on this page.
That was
Okay.
right below the Roosevelt
Right,
Scott.
please stay
That
on
caught
this
my eye.
page.
I'm gonna stay on the same page.
Stay on this page, don't bounce around. Then when you get to Runny Allen again, then show them to us.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. And I see God Almighty is checked as good. Now, who
Okay,
you,
the next one is,
number 9? Yes, that was counted. Where you going? Help me with God Almighty, if you
God
will.
Almighty,
Yeah,
okay.
help me with God
It was
Almighty, if you
counted,
will.
and I have a signed affidavit from this individual.
You ain't got to sign out affidavit from God Almighty.
Cannot
No, I'm just kidding.
God Almighty.
But if you look on the other side, he printed his name.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Gotta have the signature.
It doesn't work. This one never should have been counted, so this is one that you're complaining about.
That's right. Has a check by
Excuse,
his name.
yeah. All right, but we have to go with what we got in front of us, Ms. Estes. All righty. All right, Ms. Estes. Anything else
Yes,
on this sheet?
on that yes, on that same page, several people did not print their name.
On this same page, yeah, I see that. Mr. Griffin?
Wait a
Was-
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. This letter here, this letter, this affidavit is, he was just saying that he signed it, God Almighty, but he's not a registered voter.
And he's not a registered voter, and they accepted it.
Oh, heck. And he got it here?
No, I'm just,
Wait a minute, this letter is written on petition of election. 8 Marla Brooks from Leland. Marla Brooks approached me.
Ms. Brooks, you aware of that?
I probably did, I don't know, I
Okay.
don't know probably.
Let me do this. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Mr. Griffin. Obviously, we have a supervisor that's deeply entrenched in this. Should that supervisor be sitting through this hearing?
Well, first of all, do we have the supervisor that's interested in this?
She just admitted she did.
I don't know, I don't know.
Let me say something to this board. One thing that's extremely important to me, and I think everyone around this table, is a level of integrity that we must have at all times. You cannot participate and other people, you shouldn't do things that's going to bring questions to the integrity of this board. You shouldn't do it, because it's going to come out eventually. I have a serious concern, when I see a supervisor involved in a complaint, a petition, about someone who's basically trying to get due process and simply serve the community as an elected official. But a person sitting on this board gets involved, that taints the entire process to me. Mr. Attorney, my question to you is, with a supervisor being deeply involved and entrenched in this complaint, should that supervisor be sitting here through these proceedings?
And let me offer this. Let me offer this. This board, in its capacity as election commission, sit as quasi judicial officers, okay? To that end, you're governed by certain ethical requirements. One is if the board member or commissioner in this case, find or believe that he or she has participated or has an interest in the outcome of this particular matter, then that he or she ought to consider recusal. Recusal means to step aside and not participate in the process. Okay? Now, this board cannot disqualify one of the commissioners, but it's incumbent on commissioners to examine themselves individually and to determine whether or not that, any one of you has been involved in the process of assisting a candidate, in the, in obtaining names or in any way, shape, or form. Because obviously, you have a duty as election commissioners to ensure that the process is carried out with the utmost integrity.
I like to speak.
Please do.
Okay, so, I made, apparently I did, talk to Mr. Hawthorne. As a matter of fact, I talked to quite a few people. I'm very much involved in all political processes. I think that I will always have a voice. I don't see what bad thing I did by, getting signatures on the petition is nonpartisan. And so I won't step down. I didn't do anything wrong. And I get involved in all political processes. It's not just, county election commission. I get on from presidential to state to county and municipal. And I will continue to be a voice for the people. And I got involved on this level with this petition race because I heard the concerns of the people, and I will continue to get involved. Anytime people ask me to take a stand on their concerns and they're not being represented, I will support them if I believe their thoughts are correct. And they ask me to get petitions. Getting petitions is nothing illegal. I was in a public place. I'm sure, apparently, Mr. Clark, and this is what he says. This letter is being written in regards to me signing the candidate's petition for county election commission. Marla Brooks from Leland, Mississippi approached me and asked me to sign a petition for Gary Kluger, and I probably did. I signed the petition as God Almighty, and my address was heaven. I also wrote my birth name, Clark Warren, and I am not a registered voter. So he confirmed he's not a registered voter and why he signed. So I don't deny anything. I didn't do anything, and to be clear, I will not step down because I can make fair and just decisions.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna come to you. Let me come to the supervisor.
Just a statement on that.
Come.
You know, far as being supportive and involved in that, again, that you're right to do that. And I think where the question comes in is not that, because you do have the right to do that. And so, you know, some people do, some people don't. But the problem comes in now when a judgment it's obvious. Let me say this, to be in all fairness, it's just obvious which side that you would be on because of, you know, you're getting a petition signed for that. I have no problem with you supporting because, again, there's people that do that, there's people that don't. And everybody should have the right to do that. But I think the problem, and I think, again, you may not have to, but I think that would be the proper thing to do, you know, if you do it. But again, that's, like the attorney said, that's your decision to do that or not to do that. And that's my thoughts on it.
And I would say this other piece. At the end of the day, I think a lot of times we become elected officials holistically, and if we got a little tenure, sometimes we kind of treat the seat as our personal seat. But at the end of the day, I think we need to always remember the seat belongs to the people. And so getting out, meeting people, and I didn't need to holler at people, holler at some already do. Getting them involved in the political process, and that was one of the things I put out there. And I'm doing, actually, I was in our coalition doing the same thing not too long ago, just talking to them, our next generation, that we've got to get involved in the political process. Because right now, we don't have people reaching out across the board trying to get people involved. So I will continue to get involved in any race I think that we need to
Coming to you.
improve. So, I'm very comfortable with myself. I can make sound judgment decisions. Whatever this board makes a decision on is fine with, you know, with the majority. So it's all about being fair, and that's my biggest concern, is being fair across the board. I took an oath when I became a supervisor, being elected official for over almost half of my adult life. Well, almost all my adult life being an elected official. So when I take my oath, I take it strong, and I have fear in God, and so the decision I make will be fair and just on what
Mr. Griffin, come on.
The legislature, enacted statutes, to ensure that election commissioners, would not be able to conduct their own election. In other words, it wouldn't be fair for an election commissioner to go out, solicit names, or to conduct the election and count the votes for themselves. They assign that duty to the Board of Supervisors. So your election commissioners when it comes to conducting these elections. And that was done because, there was, the thoughts of the legislature that boards of supervisors would not have active roles in these elections. Okay? So that if an election commissioner has been involved, that's why they are barred from participating in party, being party officials, participating, supporting and endorsing candidates, and so forth and so on. Because they are election commissioners and they have to maintain utmost fairness and impartiality. That's all I'm saying. Okay? And even with respect to boards of supervisors, if you have an interest in a particular matter, then that's when you have to consider recusal as a remedy. And that's why that is a remedy. Okay? And and this board cannot make a finding against anyone of its members. Each one of them have to check him or herself.
Good enough.
I have a
Miss-
question, Mr. Attorney. And you said something real important about election commissioners, that, they should be nonpartisan, they shouldn't get in, they're not supposed to get into party politics. But my question to you, if the election commissioner goes to a meeting, and at that meeting, the election commission encouraged Republicans to go vote in a Democratic primary, isn't that being partisan?
I would say so.
All right. Ms. Estes,
Okay.
I need you to speak.
Let me just make a statement.
Please.
We have the election audit going on this morning. But whoever the seventh man was, the day this paper came in, I was not there. But the next day, I always check the names after my deputy clerks check the names. I disqualified him.
Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, we on one sheet right now. God Almighty is still on this sheet. But we haven't gotten to that part yet.
She just voted God Almighty.
Excuse me, please. That's where we are with God Almighty. That's us flipping pages going farther.
Yes, I am.
Don't-
because
don't do
I'm
that.
the 51,
No, no.
saying I gave her one
Well,
name.
you've got to let her state her case.
Okay.
All right, please don't take her farther than where she is. We appreciate you here.
Okay, I do.
And I gotta say something. Ms. Brooks, I hear you, and you're saying a lot over there. But your reputation precedes you. Let's just be honest. Let's just be
And I
honest.
stand for people.
You stand for yourself.
I stand for the people. You don't
Okay,
know nothing
well, you
about
stand for
politics.
yourself.
Yeah,
Don't
come
make-
on, yeah,
don't
come
make
on
no
now.
attack on
You
me.
right.
Don't get stuck right
Tell
there.
him,
You
just
right.
don't make no attack on me.
You attack yourself.
I'm ready to attack him.
Look,
You
let's
attack
keep
Cause I
yourself.
know where
the
your
meeting
copy
going.
are.
You attack yourself.
I know where your copy are.
I do too. That's why I own them.
And covered it up with, tarps.
You need to tell me that.
Hey, hey.
You right.
Pictures can show you.
Take a picture, baby. All right, I'm sorry. Would you go ahead?
Well, he needs to stop
Okay.
attacking me. I ain't
No.
attacking him.
That's all I have on God Almighty.
Come on with it.
The next one is, page, page 6, it has a 7 at the bottom.
Oh, grade 6 has a 7.
It has 7 at the bottom?
Mhm.
Okay.
What, say it again?
Right there.
It has a 7 at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Keep
I
going,
got it.
keep going.
The number 2 signature
One more.
is Ronnie Allen.
Got it?
Right there.
Okay.
Okay. If you go to the,
Hold up on that. So that one, you said does not qualify, the Ronnie Allen, the number 2 signature?
he signed twice.
Oh, that's the one we talking about earlier, gotcha, okay, yeah. All right,
Okay, the next page, after that page,
okay,
the fourth signature, Michael Brown, he does not have an address. He's- The next page. It has 3-4 at the bottom. After you saw the one about running out.
Michael Brown.
Yeah.
I see it. Does,
Also was accepted.
wow. What else you got? Whew. Hey, Mr. Oler gonna have to wait.
Okay, if you go back to the first one, the very first one, page 1 of the petition, the signature page,
Which page?
the first page of the, it
Okay.
has eight at the bottom. Mhm.
okay,
And number 9 is Jerry Redmond. He has,
Oh, yeah.
it has the address 707 Elm Street, but in the register, it has, the address in Darlove,
Oh, yeah.
and they accepted it.
Which one is that now?
Number 9,
Oh, and they checked it good. But that's not the address on the register.
no, and they accepted it.
Anything else?
But is your address in the district name? The address,
But that's not what's in the book.
no, I just asked a question, I just wanted to know.
Keep 'em.
Is that address in the district? It is.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. For mine, if you look, if you find the petition for Naomi Curtis, I'm
See.
through with Mr. Blues.
where's yours, in the same backpack?
No. It's at the back. I have some complaints,
Okay, by some disqualifications, I
yes.
guess.
Okay,
All right, now where am I? How do I find this page?
it's in that same pack, just keep
Well,
turning.
let me ask you this, Mr. Curtis. Do you have more than 50 names approved?
No, I have 3.
I'm sorry. It says here that 54 names were approved on this petition.
Yes, but these names that they didn't approve, they were already on the list and they didn't qualify. I had to go back and get some more, but they are on the register and they didn't.
But the clerk approved eventually sufficient names for you to qualify, correct?
But that's not the issue.
No, did the clerk approve sufficient names for you to qualify?
Yes, but these names was on there first and she didn't approve them.
I understand, but eventually sufficient names on your petition were approved to qualify.
Yes.
So your petition is really not an issue before this board then.
Wait a minute, hold up, Grill.
Yes,
To her, it's an issue.
well,
You gotta let
that's
the
what the
board,
law says, Mr. President.
isn't that fine? But don't deny her opportunity
I
to
like
speak.
what the law says.
The law says that
Not
if you got enough names to qualify, unless your opponent challenges you, then you'll have no basis to come before the board on your own petition.
So she can't complain about the process.
She can't complain, no, sir. She
Okay.
can't complain about her own
Let it go.
petition.
Let it go.
Okay,
Okay.
Anything
all
else?
right.
That's it.
That's it. Board, any questions? Anybody need it?
Miss, did we address, okay, I'm assuming your complaint's also on the heading, nothing was filled in also, correct?
Yes.
On all the papers?
On all his papers, they were not filled out, except for one is the one on the back.
Naomi Curtis.
Is he here today? Is he supposed to be here?
Yes. Mr. Blue?
Yes.
I think there was, Mr. Blue was reached or attempted to reach Mr. Blue. He was served.
Okay.
He signed receipt of the notification.
Yeah, the sheriff said,
Yeah, but he chose not to show up, so what does that do?
you still have to conduct your investigation and determine whether or not there's challenge has merit.
All right. And with him not being here to speak on his own behalf, Wazen has no merit.
He doesn't have to speak at all, but
Okay.
you still have to conduct your investigation and determine whether the challenge has merit.
Good enough. How much time do we take to do the investigation?
There's not a specific amount of time that's required because the qualification. It's interesting, let me tell you something. Unlike regular qualification challenges, challenge to an election commission, the statute does not provide any time, but you have to do it within a reasonable time. And I would say, I wouldn't encourage you to take more than 10 days to conduct this investigation,
All right, good enough.
okay?
That has no impact on moving forward with the election, anything like that, and then time sensitive, week, 10 days, and we're good.
Right, the election is in November.
All right,
So I wouldn't encourage you to take more than 10 days. to
Outstanding.
do this investigation.
Any questions from the board? Any questions from the board?
Yeah, I have another question, Ms. Curtis. Ms. Curtis, I went through your petition, so on the part about, again, you submitted that opinion, Attorney General's opinion, I'm actually, how long have you been in this position?
Almost 4 years.
4 years, okay. So how long have you been aware of the AG's opinion?
Really don't know.
It's been a while? Okay. And the reason why I asked again, the election commissioners on last year, we had another race, it was a judge's race. And judge again did not fill it out again. I'm not gonna call the judge's name, but you can pass it around. And they approved this person and they allowed, and I like to, all those going to Memphis as well. They allowed that person to be approved and be on the ballot.
Anyone else?
Can I say something about
Please, Ms. Curtis.
We're not responsible for that. The clerk
For what? Wait a minute.
looks at the signature page.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. We understand. You're good with that.
Well, actually,
All
what I
right.
was
That
saying-
was not for you.
But actually, it is because the election commissioners approve who goes on the ballot for the general election. They approve the Democrats, they approve the Republicans, if they meet all qualifications. Now, if our election commission's not aware of that, I'm concerned about that. But
Thank
for the general election, the election commissioners determine who goes on the ballot.
All right.
So you may wanna go talk to Secretary of State's office on that for clarity.
Anyone else? Before we move on, everybody have the information they need from the hearing. Mr. Griffin, how do we close out the hearing?
You don't close it out, you basically, take all these matters, entertain a motion to receive all the complaints and responses, and take them under advisement, and conduct an investigation.
Motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Lee?
I do have one thing, just as for us and Mr. Altamary and the election commission, you know, we just want to make sure what everything's done is what's right. And I sincerely believe that nobody, you know, as far as you or anybody, you didn't do anything trying to get by and everything, but there are standards that has to be met, you know, and so whatever we do, I think we've all learned a lesson, including myself, and, you know, because we've never been in this situation either, to look at things like this. So, but again, I think the investigation, you know, we can, you know, after we do that, you know, look at everything and just do what the law says do. You know, I know that we probably made mistakes in the past. You know, I don't think nobody made those intentionally, and I don't think for 1 minute that you've done anything intentionally. I truly believe that. So as we move forward, that, you know, in making this decision, we just need to you know, in the future, make sure, just if we make mistakes, that we don't continue to make mistakes, and that's what I want to see, you know, happen, you know, so. But anyway, I don't think nobody here thinks that, you know, so I don't want you to feel like, you know, that, yeah, I sincerely believe what you're saying, you know, so.
Outstanding. All right, if no one else, we're going to continue to move on. All right, had a couple of things that we added to the, oh, hold on a minute. We've got the hearing. Consider raise grant. Hearing issue. What is this consider a raise grant hearing issues? Who put that on the agenda? Raise grant hearing issues. Ms. Smith, you do that?
requested that the attorney put it on the agenda, but I
Ms.
will.
Holmes,
Ms. Bernadine Holmes.
okay.
And the issue was the raise grant in the RFQ for engineering services. There was also a notice of a public hearing advertised as well. And the hearing was advertised for last Thursday morning at 10 o'clock. And I completely forgot about the hearing.
No.
Well, you had there was one person that showed up and somebody from the clerk's office. The person who showed up was
No,
Mr.
it's not
Hooker, and the information that was presented, there was no information presented at the hearing. I've spoken with Mr. Hooker, and I will provide him with the same information that would have been provided. It's been provided to you guys, it's in the board minutes. The public hearing, that particular, I didn't remove that from that advertisement because you always want to give people an opportunity to participate in whatever is taking place. Simultaneously, I provide flyers, and people are able to submit written comments or considerations, things of that nature regarding. I think I may have gotten, I know I got 3 at Hollandale's board meeting last week. I know the mayor of Leland is providing a response, so it is really not, I would not consider it to be anything that's going to cause the county's raise grant to be viewed unfavorably. I take sole responsibility for forgetting that date and time.
So I got a question. So, we received the RFP.
Yes, and that, we only received one, and that was from Hooker Engineering. They were due last Thursday by 9 o'clock, and that will be presented at your next, I didn't know that there was gonna be a meeting today when I established that deadline. So it will be submitted for consideration at the meeting next Tuesday.
All right. Since we didn't show, there was a hearing, someone showed up, how do we proceed? Real quick.
Well, no one can deem the hearing. The law says a public hearing has to be convened, whether it's by one member of the board or somebody. And
No.
Let me
do
say,
one of us.
Mr. McGee, in the NOFA, which is the,
I don't, did y'all hold my public hearing up?
no, nothing was done.
Okay.
The NOFA, the Notice of Funding Availability, and the criteria for submitting the raise grant does not require that. That was used as additional documentation for outreach and citizen engagement.
All right, but now, Ms. Griffin, we had
No,
one,
I looked at the notice and it said a public hearing.
The
Okay.
notice that was advertised in the newspaper did indicate a public hearing. In the information on the Department of Transportation's website, when you look at the criteria, the checklist does not say anything about a
Right.
public hearing, so it will not be anything that will affect your submittal if you all so desire to move forward.
we gonna have to move, but, from a legal standpoint, how do we move forward with this real quick? I'm trying to get to Mr. Odom.
You know, it's up to this board to make a determination and spread in its minutes that a public hearing, because one was set, was conducted, okay? It's critical that you do so. You either gonna make a finding of fact that a public hearing was conducted, or you gonna have to re-advertise, one or the other.
I'd like to make a move that, public hearings held and only one, vendor showed up.
I need a second. Got a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. So, what was that, Chair? I'm sorry. Okay. Motion carries. So Supervisor go away from his seat. So we need to continue and proceed with the one vendor. Is that okay, board? Thank you.
And again,
Now,
that will be presented at the meeting on Tuesday.
outstanding. All right, we are ready to, we have Bo's public hearing ready to have a Zoom with us. Is that correct? We won't be at 11:25. 11:25? Oh. I think it is. All right, good enough. We'll be back, we'll be ready at 11:25. Okay, we had several additions to the minutes. Let's go. Let's go.
No, he's gonna wait around until 11:20.
Let's go.
Bring
Yeah.
him on.
Go ahead and bring him on, Ms. Carter. Mr. Odle just wants to address us and have a conversation about some matters. You know, everybody understands we've gone through with the question about a healthcare authority, and he wants to share something with us. Not sure, but keep in mind we're in open session, and we are broadcasting. Y'all, everybody hear y'all. Hello, Mr. Odle, how you doing? Hello, Mr. Odle, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Carl McGee here. We have our full board at present, and understand you want to have a minute to share some thoughts with us.
Yes, and unfortunately, I was told we were going to try to do it at 10:30, and I've only got a very short time because I've got another presentation I have to do at 11:30, and I want to be sure and answer all your questions that you have, and I wonder if it would be better for us to reschedule this so that we have more time.
What's the pleasure of the board? I got a motion? I got a motion? And a second. All in favor of the rescheduling? Show by sign of aye. Any opposed? The motion carries. Mr. Odle, get with the attorney and give us another schedule. We meet again on Monday, do we? With Tuesday? President's Day. On Tuesday. Let's see what we can get worked out, if that's okay with you.
Okay, yes, I'll make that work.
All right.
Make it work.
All right. We appreciate you. Have a good day.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Alrighty. We had a few additions to the agenda. Yeah, Ms. Brooks, you had something with Child Protection Services. Is that it, Child Protection Service?
Yes, they're making a request to use the, convention center and waive the fees on next Monday.
What's that? Next Monday is, oh, that's, wait a minute now. Next Monday is President's Day. You good? You sure that's the day?
Yeah, that's the day.
12?
I'm sorry, February 19th, I stand corrected.
February.
19th, 10 o'clock and 10 to 12. It is, we're having some type of staff meeting there, Tri-County Area Staff Meeting. So I'd like to make a motion, we allow, Mississippi Department of Child Protection Services to use the convention center on this day at no fee.
I got a motion and I got a second.
What it says that they need in there. Yeah, they are checked.
Yeah, they've already checked conference room. All right, if there are no other questions, all in favor, show by sign of aye.
All right.
Any, yeah, Ms. Brooks, second.
I made the motion,
Lee second, okay. All in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, last year, I'm sorry. Okay, last year, we contributed $2,500, I believe, to Cruising on the Boat, whatever the name of the car show is. They've asked if we would support at that same level. They do a number of good things in the community, plus they bring people from the outside in here for that car show. I was over there, that's a pretty big deal. Got a motion and a second? All in favor, show by a sign of aye. Any opposed? Yeah, tourism. Yeah. And the bass tournament that happens on the Memorial Day weekend. I'm not sure when it is. I'm thinking it's like May or something like that, but whatever that weekend is for Memorial Day. And we normally do a $10,000 contribution on that one. If the board so pleased, I would appreciate it if it happened again. Motion? And a second? All in favor, show by a sign of aye. Motion carries. No opposed. All right, there are some dates set for the Big Mama Crappie Fishing Tournament, and they're having events at the Washington County Convention Center. Of course, that's Mike Jones down south of town. They're doing a number of things in town, and what he's simply asking for is permission to sell and serve alcohol while they're having their dinner and their meeting at the convention center. So if I can get a motion to go ahead and approve that. I got a motion. I need a second. Properly moved and seconded. Questions? All in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? Lee, I got one nay, Lee Gordon. Lee, would you give us the update on the Drainage Commission and the equipment we're trying to attain?
He gave me some prices of, which I, again, I wish Arthur and Mark was here, we'd get with them, but, on the long boom, it sounds, like a good price, $65,000 for the long boom. If the dozer is a pretty good sized dozer, and this is practically new, they were $200 for the dozer. And if we needed the low boy, I thought we did. But I think
Yes.
Arthur, low boy, $7,000.
Heck yeah, at that price.
So you're looking at $272,000 for all three pieces if you want that. He said the reason this is, what the auction has guaranteed them, he said, so he's assuming that the auction would make money on more than that. So if they auction this off, they guarantee them this much lower price.
I got a question. One is 200, what is the 200,000?
I'm sorry, the big dozer. You got,
It's a D9 or D8. It's a D, what is it, D9, D8, what is the big one?
you have to give the offer on that and see. And then I'm just giving y'all this number that maybe by next meeting we can have y'all have a chance to look and give the offer. Let them go out there and actually put their hands on it, look at it, and then how we would go about, purchasing it. But that's everything, that's the three pieces that we were inquiring about. Like I said, the long boom, $65,000, the new dozer, practically, they just bought it $200,000, and the low boy trailer to haul the long boom is $7,000.
Okay, let me add,
Well, I mean, they have, just like us, they have millage that goes directly to them and for those type things. And then that's what they'll do with this money, their contractor stuff out there, use this money, pay contractors to get it out. But I would suggest just go give it to Arthur, go look at it, see what, he said, what Mark says, somebody that fits our needs. And then by our next meeting, that we can, move forward if that's what we're supposed to do. I was just giving you some information on it.
and
And if
does,
y'all need, Gibbs' number,
No.
send it to me.
I think everybody probably got, but now, the use tax money,
What now?
You can't buy no equipment with that. If you would done it before, last, July of 2023.
It'll been good.
It's a wrap. They changed it. The state changed it.
y'all figured out where we're gonna find that much cash? Dang. Okay. Let me run this by you all. Don't know, but this is something I want to put on your mind. And we're going to have a conversation about it. And it's real sensitive information. It's real sensitive. I know. Well, I don't have a choice. Right now, we want to take a look. I want you all to take a look at the way we do insurance. The way we're doing insurance. Right now, we have the Port Commission on our insurance. Hey. It's a contract issue? Okay. It's a very serious contract issue. And need permission to do a proclamation from Miss Betty Farmer, recognizing her work throughout Washington, Sunflower County, Mississippi Delta. I got a motion and a second. And let me do this for you. They're asking for it. We just may make, my request is to make, I think it's February 18th, Betty Farmer Day in Washington County. Is that okay with the board? I got a motion. That's part of the motion. If there are no questions, all in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? The motion carries.
And this so weird. So they made so much contributions, not just for Greenville, but for the Delta area, young people,
Right. Okay. Now, what is all this?
Superintendent contacted me this morning and they want to have one of those container, sealed in container, so they can put some of the equipment in, but they don't have room, much, the container side.
They're asking to put a container, a shipping container on the property for storage, right? The board needs to approve that. I got a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. What was that, Greg? finna close out now. All right, we're going to executive session. Chief, you have something for us?
He had the written contracts. What's
The roofing contracts? Talk to us about what this is.
the-
All right, we've already been approved. We just need a signature on this?
Yes.
All right, we'll take care of it. Ms. Smith, you had something else?
I need a signature on the resolution that I shared with y'all that's due by Wednesday.
All right.
On the
Where-
second page.
Where is the
No, we
resolution?
got some things left off.
Okay, well, I asked you all to put it on the agenda and, okay.
What's the, what's on, what's on?
I
the-
have prepared the resolution to be submitted by Wednesday to the Mississippi Legislature, and I've included the projects that I've been given, and I'm asking,
What are those projects again? Just refresh the board so
Old
they'll know.
Leland Road is on here. It's the second project.
Yeah, he gave us that sheet this morning. All right, everybody got, this is it, right, Mr. Smith?
Yes, sir, if y'all want to take an opportunity to take a look at it, because it needs to be signed.
Well, actually, right here, you got.
Whoa.
You got
5
Leland
million.
Reese Park. This supposed to be Leland, not Glen.
Okay, I took that from the architect's estimate.
Where do you, man. Now, these numbers came from where, Mr. Smith?
Either your county engineer or Mills and Mills architect. They
What
sub-
about Forest Acres? Is it on here?
No.
Forest Acres is on here. I'm gonna include any type of funding you can get.
Okay,
And it's like $2 million. That's the one I started out talking about.
so this needs to be changed to add Forest Acres.
That's correct.
And what was the other one?
Oh, you got Old Leland Road on here.
Now, Mr.
It has
Smith,
to be submitted by Wednesday.
Ms. Smith,
Yes, sir.
just as a refresher, you got California Street and Robershaw. It's Robershaw, where it actually turns from California into Robershaw. You don't have Cerula Circle.
I didn't receive anything from, on Cerula Circle.
Okay, we'll get together on Cerula Circle. Of course, you got Old Leland Road right here. Lee, the name of the street you was talking about is Morning Dove. That's the name of the street you're talking about.
Is that, does
No, it's
Morning
not- we
Dove,
don't- Yeah, that's what he wanted, Morning Dove.
is that club, what's Club 17?
Club 17 is Benson County Road. Yeah, that's Club 17,
Morning Dove, Club 17. I have not received any information on any of these that you all
I
just,
can just get you the information, cause I got this from, the engineer with, Forest
Burley.
Acres.
Now, you
Okay.
put Broadway, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Me on that bridge on Club 17, I went and analyzed that situation. Since it's gonna be out so long, why don't we put a culvert in there so we can make a little pass on that side?
build the bridge.
Yeah, take it, build a bit up. It's gonna take a minute, and that's a long way around, and that road, right now, I don't think you can get it.
Yeah, I'm hoping they can do something like that, like I said, just do something temporary where I miss the bridge, yeah.
Okay. Now, Broadway Extended is on here. And, out of the 9 million that we've got, that's state aid, that's farm to market road. Old Leland Road is too, isn't it?
The part, my son is your son,
I thought the whole thing was.
I don't think,
But there's no harm of it.
This Leland Road is from, Old Leland Road is from Highway 1 to Raceway.
Well, how would, okay. All right, everybody good? We'll make the additions and corrections. Andrew, let's get together today and we'll get this thing straightened out and get it going. Is that okay with you?
Alrighty, that's fine. I'll
And-
go
and-
and.
And everybody, we're gonna have to sign now. So how do we get the signatures?
Watson Road?
No,
This
no.
goes Wednesday.
go get it signed.
This Wednesday.
Now, let me do this. God dog it.
I don't mind. I'll call everybody and I'll come to wherever you are because we gotta have it signed.
All right, we get it worked out. All right, now we're about to go into executive session to discuss contract negotiations.
Can I please,
Yeah.
just go back just
Yeah,
to make
yeah,
sure, because we don't
yeah,
have the time to kind
yeah,
of go back again.
yeah.
Okay, so Forest Acres, we've got that estimate from Burley. Cerilla Circle,
No.
do y'all know if we have a cost estimate for
I'd
that?
have to get with Hooker Engineering, that's city.
Okay.
Yeah, both of those they do have it. Both of those are city. Cerullo Circle as well as
We have
Robichaud.
Okay.
They also should have,
I got the Robert Shaw deal. Club 17, okay. Okay. And I need to change Breach,
Park.
That's Leland. Is Dublin Park in Greenville or Leland?
Yeah, it's right off
Oh, that's
Legion
over by the
Drive.
Baptist building.
Legion Drive. Yep.
Okay. Thank you all much.
Thank you. We'll
Appreciate
talk today, man. Okay. You good? Wait a minute. Oh, don't move. Where is it? I got it right here. Andrew? All right, y'all, we finna go ahead and take a motion to go into closed session and announce our intent for executive session, unless there's something else. Chief, you say you good, right? Marilyn Hansel. Don't. We got to get other signatures too, Andrew. No.
Yeah, we need to sign the back page, if I can sign the,
Oh, we're gonna have to get him come get us that. All right. Okay. All right. Need a motion to go into closed session, announce our intent for exec. I signed that one, yeah. 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 There's several of them. Let me hold it back, Bernadine. All right, I got a motion and a second to go into closed session now, to I think for executive session. All in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We're going to executive session to discuss contract negotiations. Need a motion? And a second. All in favor, go into executive session, show by sign of aye. All right, that's unanimous. We're in executive session right now. And issues